Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are looking at the very first 20th anniversary Disney Cars product. And no, it's not from Mattel, it's not from Tomica, it's not even from the Disney store, it's from Lego. Out of nowhere, they have done a Lightning McQueen in their Speed Champion series, and I'm astonished. I think this came as a shock to a lot of people when it was announced a few months ago. It just came out, I think, a week or two ago. You can get it on Amazon, you can get it on other various websites, and probably in store at many retail locations here as well. It's about $27.99, right around that price point, which I don't think that's bad, but full transparency, this is my first ever Lego product. So it's the first 20th anniversary product, and it's my first Lego product. So this is going to be interesting. We're all going to have fun and learn together as I try and put this together. My first 270 pieces. Now, from what I understand, that's not that bad. Should take like 30 to 60 minutes. I'm going to try and record all of it, so you're going to see how either decent or how bad I am at assembling this. I'm excited to get into it, guys. But yeah, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Without any further ado, let's dive in here. Lego Speed Champions, from what I understand, is kind of like their car series in this scale. Now, I'm sure they've done other cars in smaller scales, but this is kind of like their normal, maybe probably comparable to like a 1/35 scale car. So slightly smaller than Jada, but obviously larger than Mattel and Disney store. I think they've done the DeLorean in the series and a bunch of other generic cars, not necessarily tied to a franchise. Hopefully they do more from Disney cars in the future. I would probably say no, but hey, if this one sells well, I think, yeah, Mater could be within the realm of possibility. Maybe a Doc, maybe a Chick, something like that that's iconic, because obviously Lego's not going to go for something obscure. Now, this is the first time we've seen the 20th anniversary logo debut here. This is not on any other Lego Speed Champions products. This is, I guess, what we're getting for the 20th anniversary, and Lego just happens to be the first to debut it. And I love it. It's simple, it's elegant, gets the point across, very concise. You have the speed dial there, always up to the max because it's cars. And yeah, 20. Now, I think it would have been better maybe in gold, but the silver does kind of match the overall car's aesthetic. You can see the Motor Speedway of the South, or maybe that's the LA International Speedway actually in the background. I think it probably is. Lightning McQueen, 270 pieces. You can build it together. I've seen this on a couple of their recent products where they kind of suggest like, hey, grab a friend or a family member and work on this together so it's more digestible. I feel like in today's day and age when everyone's attention span is waning because of social media and short form content, building something together like reduces the amount of time you take on it. Like it pretty much cuts it in half. If it's 1 to 2, you have 2 people doing this. So I think that's a good idea. You can see Lightning McQueen's little side profile here. I really do like this logo here. So this is showing you the scale. Like that's exactly the size of the tire and the wheel. 1-to-1 scale. I think that's a good idea, again, to kind of show you what you're in for. Let's see if there's anything else cool on the sides of the box here. Nothing down here. Barcode, don't care. Couple other languages, Flash McQueen, Rayo McQueen. We're back to the front. Let's go to the back. Oh, very cool. I haven't seen this before. So you get a back shot. Yeah, this is definitely the LA International Speedway. Very nice. So you can check out other Speed Champions releases on that website. And then you have a nice artwork here of Lightning McQueen himself. I feel like that one's like flipped because his expression, the eyebrows are usually the other way around. And then you have more of a close-up there, kind of reminiscent of seeing Mac like in, or seeing McQueen in Mac's trailer, getting kind of more of these closer shots. Really like how easy it is to open so far. It doesn't look like there's any tape on it. You just kind of put some pressure on the perforation there. And then, yeah, you just pull that off. There's some glue. See what we're working with here. Again, guys, to reiterate, I have never done a Lego product in my entire life, let alone a video on one. So this is going to be very, very interesting. You guys know I'm not a big fan of stickers, but for something like this, it is absolutely necessary. So we'll worry about that when the time comes and see what the little manual here says. You have another look at McQueen. just kind of some generic Lego content. Yep, so I was right. Some other speed champions. So yeah, there are a couple generic ones like a Bugatti and a Ferrari, but you do have the iconic F1 racer from the F1 movie that I actually saw in theaters. It was awesome. Back to the Future DeLorean there. So yeah, I think this is a cool piece that no one's really looked at, and honestly, the reason I'm saying that is because I haven't looked at it yet. I don't think I've seen anyone post this. So the 20th anniversary logo, but then they clarify 2006 to 2026. They add that on to the bottom there. That's pretty awesome. Just feeling validated that people are actually acknowledging Cars is 20 years old. That's pretty cool. It's a pretty good achievement. Focus, speed, I am speed, 3 languages. Focus, bricks, I am bricks. Cute. I like that. All right, 1 to 2 constructors. All right, so they first recommend taking everything out of the bag. All right, I mean, I guess we just go through this step by step, guys, right? I think that's like the best way to do it. So, okay, so no, this is bag 3, bag 5. We are going to want to look into bag 1 first. Okay, bag 1 looks like the most random assortment of parts. Everything else I can kind of see. Like, I could see a lot more red. I could see tires in some of the other ones. We have a small mini bag in here. Okay, this is going to be fun, guys. Hopefully we don't lose any pieces, because I don't think they include any extras. I think it's $270 right down to the nose. And if I miss any, then I guess McQueen's missing maybe the equivalent of an ear or something. So I'm supposed to find, now I might do some time lapse within here so this goes along faster, but I think I found the first piece that we're looking for. Yeah, we're probably going to need some time lapse. But so far, I think I found the first 2 pieces that we're looking for here. All right, 2 out of 270. That's 135th. All right. All right, so we're going along pretty good. I figured that was a good part to time lapse, and then we could talk a little bit in time lapse and do a little bit of a mix of both. I got a little stumped on this part, so that might come back to bite me, but we're going to just assume I did it right. Other than that, I feel like it's been pretty good so far. Like I said, I've never done anything Lego. Maybe I did when I was like super young. My mom will probably watch this video and be like, no, you definitely did some Legos. I got you some for Christmas way back in the day. I'm like, I just don't remember, man. But, oh, man, I think I did do something wrong here, because I need those gray panels. I see what I did. Okay. So this is where I was like, what? This doesn't look right at all. But I think I know what I did wrong now. I needed these white panels, I think, for this. Although it still is like, you know what, I think, yeah, all right. This has got to go back. This big, long black panel. So far, the instructions have been very intuitive, but I do feel like for this one, it was a little confusing. Because you have these white panels, but then you also have these gray panels that are like smooth on the top. But it seems like these gray ones come into play right here. You always want to try and orient the piece. Nope, I feel like I did it wrong. That doesn't match what we're going for, right? Doesn't match. I feel like I did something wrong. Man, this is getting tough. Getting tough, guys. So it had the black wrap around like this, right? Black wraps around like this. And then, okay, there we go. Back on track. I love when it has you can join all these parts. So let's see. A little handlebar. I don't know how this is all going to come together. It looks like this is the chassis that we're building. That would make most sense, right? All right. That seems like we're doing it right so far. All these brown parts are just throwing me off because I'm like, there's no brown on Lightning McQueen. But we're coming to the close here on bag 1. This has got to be the other side of the chassis because we're putting in the axles here, I would assume. Oh, no, this one looks different. We're using these yellow pieces now. Okay, fun, fun, fun. This video better not get like demonetized or that COPA stuff because it's more, I don't even want to say, I mean, it's a 9+ on there, which is basically an adult nowadays. Everyone who's at least like 8 years old has a phone, right? I mean, that's just the day and age that we live in. This is almost like a good time, like where I could do like some podcasting, almost like Q&A type stuff while I'm building this. Something to watch. Like people do a lot of like Q&A or like podcast type videos where they're playing like a video game. But it's not really my thing, so let's see here. Another brown piece, and then we have like a semicircle. This is a very unique piece here. Okay. I think that's right. Looks a little strange. So this is going to link up on the back. Let's see. Like this. Oh yeah, that feels right. Look at this. This is what we built so far. Doesn't even feel like there's that much. Oh, we got some pink pieces coming into play here. All right, let's see. So it seems like this goes on top of here. A little red covering. And then pink. And then blue. Like a seat. It's almost like a booth. All right, that looks pretty good. I like the pink piece. All right, now we're starting anew with this curved red piece. All right, we're going to want a couple of these. Wait, I feel like I'm doing it wrong already. Well, I feel like I skipped a couple pages. Wait. No. So we have this. Oh, okay, I see it. All right. So this is going to go like that. This is going to go like that. Like a couple red coverings. The smooth surface ones that when you press them down, they don't necessarily align. So you got to make sure those are aligned and aren't swiveled. Okay. Our last two black pieces here in this bag come into play. Oh no. Something I connected didn't quite sit right. Now I'm confused how that connected. There we go. Guys, I am dialed in right now. I am concentrated. All right, we have the two black pieces. Oh wait, this should probably go. Okay. There we go. All right, let's see if we can finish off bag one without doing any more time lapsing. I mean, it really depends on how long this video ends up getting. I want this video to be very digestible. But this is a collector video. No kids allowed. Just kidding. All right. So we have our white piece now. We have our red. Okay, so this is going to go on like this. This is going to go like this. And then this is going to go, we're going to turn this upside down. I love the little upside down logo there, how it tells you to flip stuff. And that's kind of semicircle easily and flushly, I should say, sits in there. And we keep this thing upside down. We got some more to do here down below. Some interestingly shaped red pieces here. I think that's how they go. Oh, maybe not. Oh no, they go facing outwards with the stub facing outwards. You know what's funny? I did actually play Lego video games, like the Lego Marvel superhero game. I absolutely loved that game when I was a kid. I mean, I was probably still like relatively old. All right. This goes upside down. Oh man, this is confuzzling. I feel like I did something wrong. We're just going to assume that these were either extras or they come into play later, because 90% sure that they were not in the instructions in the bag one section. So we're just going to put those aside. And open up bag 2 here. Keep the show moving. Seems like there are less parts in this bag, but I might be wrong about that. See, it wants you to start with the black semicircle. Easy enough. Okay, we got that. 2 gray squares will rest underneath. Not rest, but you know what I'm trying to say. Time lapse away. So unless I miss something, our first stickers are coming into play with this random red piece. They want us to apply a couple yellow trapezoids onto these 2 smooth pieces here. So I figured, let's make sure I call that out in the video so no one gets confused or misses this and then ends up having to go back and disassemble stuff in order to apply these stickers, because that's the last thing that anybody wants. Now let's see if I can do this right. Make sure we're properly. Okay, I think this one goes on the bottom. All right, I applied a sticker. Yeah, I just don't like doing stickers. I get it's necessary for this. I would much rather, I'd pay extra for the pieces to just already be printed with the necessary graphics on it. Some people enjoy this, but for me, it's just tedious. Like, the building is enough for me. Having to do stickers on this or play sets is just a pain in the butt, but it looks like we actually have another sticker coming here. This one's a little bit more exciting. This must be the bumper, actually, because of the iconic medicated Rust-eze Rudicate? Come on, Mr. Docket. I'm so dialed in right now that I can't even talk. All right, now we have to make sure this is right side up. Don't want an upside down decal. So the yellow's on the top. Okay. Medicated bumper ointment is what I was trying to say. Not too shabby. I mean, it is a Lego after all. It doesn't have to be super precise. So we're going to take what we made already and stick her on here. And I think we did it right. Thus far, looks pretty good. Now, there are a lot of pieces that look like this. For example, here are a couple, but only one of them actually has the decal already on it. So I guess they deemed this would be too hard of a sticker to apply, so they just put that on there for you. And then you put a covering on this guy here, and then you slap this. So this is one of the wheel wells, it would appear. Huh. I'll make sure I do this right. Leaves 2 of the blue open. I would assume it just clamps down right here. Yeah, all right, that looks good. That looks like it should. And it looks like we just do that for some of these other ones. Although, oh yeah, here's another one that has the decal already applied. So yeah, we would just slap. Oh wait, be careful guys. I'm glad I noticed this. So there are a couple of these. Wait. Yeah, so these coverings that also have the decal on it. So this is going to go here, I think. And then this one, I messed up. I put the wrong covering on it. I need to find the one that has the printed, like, McQueen bolts. I think that's part of his bolt design. So you gotta have some attention to detail here. Because soon, like, that piece might get buried or something. It'll be very hard to remove without deconstructing a lot. So it appears we are done with bag 2 now. Again, I have a couple extra parts here. One of these is the covering with the decal on it as well. So I'm going to assume that they just include some extra parts, but I'm sure you guys are screaming at me in the comments, one of two ways, probably multiple ways, saying, God, watching you apply stickers is painful, or you're not doing such and such right. And I'm sorry, guys, this is my first Lego, but regardless, we are on to bag Trace now. I see some pink parts in here, even like a darker pink. That's kind of exciting, like a magenta. And it looks like that is the piece that we are starting off with right here. Oh, here's a big deal, guys. Sticker 21 is none other than the eyes. The face, really. Oh my God, this is nerve-wracking. Probably the most important sticker. I think I'm not quite centered, but at least it's straight. It is good enough. Whew. I didn't realize this would be so tense. Like, it's tense like in a good way, like there's pressure. But man, I'm nervous about applying some of these bad boys. Alright, so this is what it looks like after bag 3. Had one extra piece. Again, worrisome when I'm missing a piece, especially just one piece. Now, I'm having a little bit of frustration. Like, trying to add some of these new pieces on is causing me to really put pressure on some of the pieces I've already locked in. And thus, it's just, creating a situation where I'm knocking off old pieces in favor of the new ones. And got a little messy there, but we battled through some adversity, and we are in the home stretch here now, guys, into bag 4. Oh, we have some stragglers trying to run away from me. We cannot have that whatsoever. All right, let's see. You see this piece here in the center of the eye is like, it does not want to stay connected to these brown pieces. I don't know if you guys experience similar issues with that, but that one's a fragile piece. I don't know why we had to apply that one so soon, but we did. So how are you guys? See, I just knocked it off again. So we're just going to leave it. I'm sure it'll get secured like once we add more pieces here, more infrastructure. But right now, that thing is just barely hanging on. Maybe I just suck, though. That's very possible as well. You guys let me know. Are you guys pro Lego builders? Who knows? I'm sure a lot of people out there, most people out there probably have more exposure and experience than me. It's almost certain. All right, so this goes on. See, now I feel like this is in the wrong spot. I don't know. Like, where does this go? Goes on top. What? Oh, I see. I think I messed up with McQueen's windshield there. Maybe that's why it's in such bad shape. And this goes here. Let's see if this looks any better. Like, oh, yeah, that. Wait. Don't speak too soon, Mr. Dockett. Yeah, that just feels better. And it now looks like what the picture on the instruction actually says. So that's definitely a good thing. This box, or bag 4, I should say, seems to be the smallest of the bunch so far. So maybe we could just talk through it. I know this video is getting long. I don't know how short or how fast I'm going to do the time lapses, but we're around the hour mark right now in terms of just raw footage. So yeah, I mean, I've been grinding here. We have been getting after it, which is good. This is fun. Like, I'm enjoying this, something I've never done before. And yeah, I mean, there's burnout involved with a lot of YouTubers if you don't try and spice stuff up a little bit. I'm not saying I've really experienced that. Like, for whatever reason, I've been, knock on wood, pretty immune to burnout. Although, if there's any year that would come into play, it would probably be this year, because the cars line just looks so weak. But hopefully not. And things like this are definitely going to keep it fresh, and I'm very excited about that. to see what other brands want to tap into the 20th anniversary. It might be smarter than Mattel, smarter than me, who just messed up. Got to put the small red triangular piece or right angle piece in first, Mr. Docket. Come on now. Some of these pieces are hard to get back off. Like once you secure it in there like that, yeah, might be a bit of a challenge to unearth, for lack of a better term. Or you could just say remove Mr. Docket. Am I doing it right, guys? Am I doing it right? Are you screaming at me behind your screen? Probably. That seems right. All right. Well, we got a couple poles here. All right, this is interesting. For the brain. I don't know what these will be for. Let's straighten out. Nope, should probably go the other way. Because these two little claw hands are going to hold on to this gray pole. Very intriguing. All right, clicked into place. I love steps like this where you're just adding on to what you did, nothing too crazy. Let's actually push that one in a little bit more so they're uniform. And we do have a couple pieces here that already have decals, which is what I love to see. If I could figure it out. Can he figure it out? This one's probably going over here. Maybe. Seems about right. All right. All right. And this one's probably going right here. Oh, yeah, that felt good. Good clicking sound. I wonder what this other pole is for. Maybe that's just like an extra piece like we've been seeing in some of these other bags, just in case you lose it, which is good. I'm glad they include some extras. All right, now we take this guy and drop it. So we're going to take this guy and we're going to apply this and make it look like this. And oh my God, so they put the decal there, but then they're going to make you apply one to the smaller side of it. So what number is that? Number 1. Okay, so interesting how the first sticker that's labeled, sticker number 1, is one of the last that you actually apply. And also one of the hardest to get off the sheet. Okay. All right, let's see. So this is the taillight here. That's what we're working toward. It's kind of nice to have a target of what we're doing. All right. And then we'll do the same thing for taillight number 2. Oh man, I think I just messed up. Yeah, this was supposed to go on this one because that's the gas cap. Oh man, guys. Now these taillights shouldn't look that different. I guess they're just kind of angled a little differently, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Mine's just going to be unique, I guess. Yeah, obviously it's not accurate. It should be the other way around, but of all the things to mess up, especially in terms of the stickers, I feel like this is one of the easier ones, or I guess more acceptable ones. Alright, so this is how he looks after bag 4. I actually was able to remove the taillight decals and switch them around without it looking too janky, so that we have the gas cap and the taillights are aligned appropriately. It does appear that they included you one extra, or provided you, I should say, one extra of those poles, which I'm not sure how that is going to come into play just yet, but I'm sure we will find out in bag number last, the final bag. We have the tires in here, which look great. They are kind of like a rubbery material almost, like a rubbery plastic. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what we're working with. Looks like we want to start off with one gray panel here that is going to fit comfortably toward the roof here. right, we're coming into the home stretch. Man, I love how easily these tires just snap on. All right, guys, we're going to do it. Hopefully everything looks right because there's nothing more for us to do. And here you have it. Speed Champions Lightning McQueen. And I definitely did something wrong with the headlights because it's not supposed to be overhanging like that. Should be a quick fix, though. Oh, yeah. Quick fix. I just had it like one stud too far up. Okay. And now I think we're in, in good shape here, guys. This is pretty awesome. This is definitely something cool that'll look nice on a shelf one day. Like, anyone could have a Lego Lightning McQueen as kind of like a desk souvenir decor type situation. There are a couple confusing parts I did find along the way, and again, I am a novice Lego builder, so it's probably why. It is interesting that this all kind of rotates back here, the back window and the spoiler. Again, you do have some extra pieces. I like how, you know, the exhaust pipes fit in. You have the piston down here. I like how some of the brown pieces are like color coded, so, you know, brown goes to brown most of the time. Looks like these are the extra pieces in bag 5. Again, unless I miss something, but it looks pretty complete to me. Like, all the stickers are applied correctly. All the pieces seem to be in the right spot here. I feel like the back, like, we could use some coverings back here to cover up the back end of the studs, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like, it's just such a great look to see McQueen in Lego form at this scale. Like, there have been previous Lego McQueens, but this looks awesome. And I have even mentioned it all video, but I'm glad that they used the Cars 1 version of him, the Cars 1 paint job. Obviously, it's the 20th anniversary. Like, you have to use the Cars 1 version. But I would not have been surprised. It would have been a very Mattel thing to do. Now, this is Lego, so I really shouldn't be saying it. But, you know, I could totally have seen Mattel, hey, putting out the Cars 3 version of McQueen or Rust-eze McQueen or something like that. But, yeah, took me, all said and done, about an hour and a half to do it. This is actually pretty unique. A directory of all the pieces. But yeah, I think I did all properly. You guys will probably let me know in the comment section below. But thank you guys so much for watching and tuning into this video. I'll edit it up all nicely. At this point, I have a ton of raw footage, like an hour and a half of raw footage, man. What the hell? Why did it take me so long? I guess I am, like I said, new to this. But maybe there'll be more in the future, and we'll be right back here. Thanks as always for your support, and I'll see you guys next time for another video. Bye now.